Hello, everybody. Welcome into Talking Fitchburg on this Tuesday, February 8th, 2022. Glad you're tuning in with us on a nice day out there. Not too bad. A little snow in the forecast. But overall, we're not talking about that extreme cold where it hurts when you walk outside. So we'll take what we can get. But do slow down as you head out. There's chance for some snow later in the week as well. We're talking freezing drizzle. We're talking maybe some rain. We're getting into that season where it gets even messier than just straight up snow. So hopefully we'll be okay with what it is. But that was my attempt at fingers crossed, by the way. You couldn't see it because I did it so fast. Anyway, we have a great show coming up for you today. We'll talk about headlines, including a big retirement from the Fitchburg Police Department. We'll talk about that coming up. And then we're going to talk with the mayor. Tonight is a public hearing for the ARPA/TID closure investment plan. The mayor will be here to break that down. We talked to him earlier in January, but since we have that public hearing tonight, we figured, well, hey, we better share that information so you know how this is all working. So we'll have that coming up. Plus, we'll check in with the Recreation Department. CC is here with some great information, including how to get your winter on here in Fitchburg. Winter activities, plenty of them. And a surprise one at the end, I'll have to say, and it has to do with, I don't want to say this without giving away, rackets and balls. Is that a good one there, Andrew? Andrew said it works. That's good enough for me. All right, let's get to the headlines. And we do want to start with that public hearing on the mayor's proposed ARPA/TID closure investment plan happening tonight at 7:30 p.m. The Common Council will hold a public hearing at the Fitchburg City Hall and virtually regarding the mayor's proposed ARPA/TID closure and investment plan. To access this, you just go to our website, fitchburgwi.gov. It's right there on the homepage. And we have the breakdown of what happens after tonight. So after tonight's public hearing, we go into amendments. Council can propose their amendments. They're due to the Finance Department by Monday, February 14th. Then a summary report and amendment details will be posted later in the week on February 17th. Committee of the Whole meeting to discuss the council amendments will be held on February 23rd. And then a public hearing at the Common Council meeting on those proposed amendments. And discussion and action on the amendments adoption of the spending plan will happen on Tuesday, March 22nd. If you want to learn more again about what's in the mayor's proposed plan or what this is all about, it is on our website under the finance page, under the investment plan there, and you can learn more. All right, turning our attention to retirement, Lieutenant Don Bonkamp signing off after 19 plus years with the city of Fitchburg and 30 plus years in law enforcement.
Attention Fitchburg units and listening units, please stand by for a special broadcast. Today, February 1st, 2022, marks the final day of Lieutenant Don Bonkamp's 19 and a half years of service to the city of Fitchburg and caps 31 years of total service as a law enforcement officer. Lieutenant Bonkamp began his law enforcement career in Orfordville in 1991. Over the next 11 years, he worked for the Walworth Police Department, the Janesville Police Department, and the Rock County Sheriff's Office. In 2002, Lieutenant Bonkamp was hired as a sergeant in the city of Fitchburg. In addition to his patrol supervision duties, he assumed a number of roles, including special event teams commander, motorcycle patrol, firearms, and active threat instructor. Over the years, he has played an instrumental role in a number of significant projects, including the Citizens Police Academy. In 2017, he was promoted to the rank of lieutenant, where he would supervise the dispatch center and the detective bureau. During this time, Lieutenant Bonkamp played a significant role in the implementation of the new records management system. In addition to his work at the Fitchburg Police Department, Lieutenant Bonkamp has also served as an instructor at the Blackhawk Technical College from 2017 to 2018. He served as an interim police chief for the Orfordville Police Department. Lieutenant Bonkamp, or as you're known to most of us as Bomber, your service, commitment, and contributions to the Fitchburg Police Department will forever be remembered. We wish you the best of luck in your next chapter. We also wish a long and enjoyable retirement. Thank you. 19 and a half years of service to the Fitchburg community and your 31 years of law enforcement service.
6403, copy. Thank you. Thanks to everyone.
All right, there you have it. Congratulations to Lieutenant Bonkamp, and just thank you from the bottom of our hearts for all of your service in law enforcement. We hope you have a fun and enjoyable retirement, and you can learn more or watch that video. It is posted up on the Facebook page of the police department, and we'll post it up later today on our Facebook page. So congratulations to him and his great service. And thank you to all of you out there in public safety. We appreciate all your hard work. All right, turning attention. Speaking of hearts, I mean, you had a heart for Bonkamp, right? Transition? Well, it doesn't matter. We've got hearts. Yeah. It's National, it's National Heart Month, Andrew. Do you know that? The city of Fitchburg is celebrating. We lit up the city hall red. That's right. When you walk into City Hall, you can see City Hall lit up in red. And this is to symbolize the Heart Month. So if you want to make a change to your heart, make it ticker or be better, be healthy. I know I need to definitely go to this website, heart.org. That's where it starts. You got a lot of great information there on spotting the signs of like a heart attack or stroke, talking about diets and more. Great information, but I suggest you take a look. Heart attacks and strokes are right up there on number of deaths in the U.S. and in Wisconsin. It's like up there, like top 5 for deaths among Wisconsinites. So definitely something you should check out during Heart Month. We're going to be talking more about Heart Month, both with our dietitian from Hy-Vee and other stories. So we'll share some more as it's coming up. And finally, in health news, do you need to get tested or vaccinated? We got the information here for you. Here are some options at our offices and at the Align Energy Center. As far as vaccination goes, South Park Street office, Mondays, 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. East Wash office says Tuesdays from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. At the Align Energy Center, you've got Tuesdays through Saturdays. That's 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. As far as testing goes, you can go to the South Park Street offices Tuesday through Saturday, 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. Alliant Energy Center, weekdays 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. and weekends 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. And many more locations. Ours are on the website. Just go to publichealthmdc.com for more information, and they'll help you both on the vaccinations or on the testing. All right, that does it for our headlines. Coming up next, we open up our guest segment. We're talking with the mayor as he breaks down the investment plan right here on Talking Fitchburg.
It takes all of us to slow the spread of the coronavirus, so follow guidance from authorities where you live and stay home unless absolutely necessary. Use a delivery service for essential items like food and medicine. If you must make essential trips, stay 6 feet apart from other people. Wear a cloth face covering and wash your hands for at least 20 seconds as often as possible. Visit coronavirus.gov for the latest information.
Severe weather can strike anytime, anywhere, but there's a simple way to stay safe. Hey, Jim Cantore here. I stay safe in dangerous weather by planning ahead. You can stay safe too with a few easy steps. Build an inexpensive kit with supplies for your family's needs. Write down important information like phone numbers and medications. Always talk with your family and remember any pets in your planning. Be ready, be safe. Start your plan today at ready.gov/plan.
Hey, boss. Okay.
Said I'm fine.
Me to bed, see you in the morning with the frosted Superman, but it wasn't on it, and we lost it. In my head, in my head, in my head. We were underlay in my head.
Hey, son.
Hey, Bob.
You know you can talk to me.
Yeah.
We're all just trying to keep things running for those who rely on us.
Ready?
That's why we don't have time to be sick with the flu. And especially this year, no one has time to get sick. Get a flu shot for yourself and those around you too.
Welcome back into Talking Fitchburg. Joining me today is your mayor of Fitchburg, Aaron Richardson. Aaron, welcome back to the show and Happy New Year, sir.
Happy New Year. Thanks for having me as always.
Doesn't it feel like we were just saying Happy New Year, we'll see you next year? It goes by so fast. It's so fast.
Yeah, 33 weeks in almost.
Yeah, right. Well, crazy as it is, we have an update as we like to have you on the show each and every month, and we appreciate your time. Hope you had a fun and safe holidays, and we'll kick things off here with the talk of ARPA and TIDS, which will be called the investment plans. Tell us what's going on there and what you're working on specifically right now.
Yeah, right now we are working on projects that we want to use the ARPA funds that we got from the government. And also because we are closing a TID this year, there is money in that TID that I don't want to say is left over, but is essentially in that TID. So when it closes, that comes to the city, and we can use that to invest in the city as well. It's one-time funds, and so we want to make sure we're doing kind of a one-off projects, things that don't have recurring expenses. And so you're really looking for projects, not necessarily people. It's not a good use to add people. That's what we used the budget for last year, and I'm sure we'll continue doing and adding people. But it's great for investments in infrastructure or materials, or one of the things we're probably going to have on that list is making sure that we upgrade the Zoom and meeting equipment in our council chambers, and also in what's called our Genie Ceiling Room, so we can continue to provide meeting access to residents throughout the city.
Yeah, and there was a meeting that you guys had, kind of an initial COW meeting, kind of explaining that process. When you're, so kind of walk us through that decision process of what you're doing, and then moving forward, how will these projects come up? Will you put them through budget, CIP? How does that work?
Yeah, so I have kind of created a list of projects that I feel like we should utilize for these two buckets. And there's some restrictions on what we can use in ARPA funds. There's really no restrictions on the TID funds. And so with these list of projects, they're going to be in a bunch of different buckets. And once I kind of release that, if you will, council members can then go and do amendments, I suppose you could call them, where they might say, hey, I also want to do this project, or I don't think this project is important. So they'll have that option, and the public is welcome to come to our meetings and say what they like and don't like. The nice thing about this is that we don't really have to have it balanced to the penny like we do for our operating budget, especially CIP to a lesser extent, but that is one advantage. So I really expect actually to be more projects than money available, which is good and bad. I don't want to set that expectation that we're going to do all these things, because it's not approving those projects. It's really kind of that first step in the process. And so there might be some projects on there. We're not going to do all these things in 1 year. That's another big important thing, is that there's a long list of projects. Staff can't do that many things in 1 year. But what we'll do then is we go into the CIP, which traditionally had been the first big part of the budget, is that some of those projects will go on the CIP, and then in funding, it'll show ARPA funds or TID funds. It could also still be borrowing. That's the traditional one. It could also be just the general fund, if you will, taxes as well. So that'll just kind of be another option. And so as we go through CIP, I'll have all these projects, and some of them will be on this list that we created. And then the council again and again say, yeah, awesome, great, or we want to do this project instead of that project. So there's lots of things on there. Some of them have higher priorities than others. And there's 100 other projects that we could do. And really anything on our CIP could be eligible, if you would. We could use that, and it would hopefully reduce our borrowing in the future. But it's really a great opportunity for us to try to impact a large part of the city, and also to increase our flexibility for future years. So if we can get a bunch of projects that we were supposed to borrow for and use this money instead, that enables us, if we have to borrow money in the future, to do that. We want to be very careful about what we're borrowing money for, but it does give us that flexibility in future years.
I appreciate the breakdown. I think that helps kind of pull it all together here. And we are working into our CIP, capital improvement plan is coming up. So on top of you guys working on that front, staff is just getting underway with updating that. For people who aren't familiar with that side of things, although similar to what you just talked about, how does that plan work?
Yeah, CIP, the capital improvement projects, those are generally big projects. Generally, not always, but generally, hundreds of $1,000s, millions of dollars, plows, a lot of equipment, those types of things. And so the different areas of the city, different departments submit the requests. And then kind of similar, I go through those, and we do have more of a budget for that. And I do need to keep it to that budget. I release that. Again, council can say, we would like to do this instead of that. They can pass amendments. And then that feeds into our operating budget. And that's really the final step. And that's where the rubber hits the road. Anything can really change until we pass that. And that would be the final step. But the CIP is an important part of that because we have a lot of needs. There's a lot of big projects coming up, and you've seen a lot of projects in the past. I mean, that's really where things like Fitchburg Road were originally put into, and you saw where that is. So we're really looking long term.
It does. I like to think of it as a roadmap, being our department head here for Fact TV. We use it as a roadmap for those big projects that are coming down the road. But all of this will unfold right here on Fact TV. So stay tuned for that. And as you roll out the investment plan, we'll be sharing that and look forward to more updates on that front. So thank you for that update. We appreciate it. Quickly, Town of Madison, that is coming up now faster than ever. We're finally here on the year that it will happen. What is staff internally working on right now as we get closer to coming together?
I think pretty much every department in the city is working on something with Town of Madison, and they're meeting on a regular basis. Some are more intensive than others, but we're constantly talking internally, talking to the town and also to the city, and making sure that we're all on the same page because the end of October is when that transition happens. And there's lots of moving parts to that. So we're continuing to do that. We're going to continue to share information on our website. There's a webpage for that. And we'll be doing some outreach to the people who live in the town of Madison that are coming to Fitchburg as the year goes on as well. And just want to make sure things are as smooth as possible for them. And they hopefully love being in Fitchburg as much as I do.
We all do here, Mr. Mayor. So we appreciate your update today. Thank you so much. And we'll look forward to checking back with you next month.
All right. Thanks for having me.
You bet. That is your Mayor of Fitchburg. We check in with him monthly, and we'll keep you up to date on all the latest information that he just talked about. We do that every day here on Talking Fitchburg. Take a quick break. More to come. You're watching Talking Fitchburg.
You could be spreading the coronavirus without realizing you have it. So follow guidance from authorities where you live and do your part. It's important to limit in-person interaction with anyone outside of your immediate household, but phone and video chat are safe ways to connect. It's also important to limit any social gathering. This advice applies to people of any age, including teens and younger adults. Visit coronavirus.gov for the latest information.
After you joined our family, it was like, I really do feel complete now.
Brandon met a girl on a dating app. He finally found the courage to ask her out. No answer. He started to panic. Was he being...
Hey, sorry I didn't respond. I was driving.
She must be a keeper.
We're all just trying to keep things running for those who rely on us. That's why we don't have time to be sick with the flu.
We don't have time for delays.
Ready!
We don't have time for spills.
Next.
We don't have time for setbacks. Let's be real.
Getting the flu shot
helps you fight the flu.
Get a flu shot for yourself and those around you too.
Welcome back into Talking Fitchburg. Joining today for the Fitchburg Recreation Department, we got CC. She's back, and she's got a list of great programming coming up. CC, how are you doing today?
I'm doing great. How are you?
Doing wonderful. Glad you're with us today. And we start with some winter fun in the Fitchburg parks. I think it goes without saying that we have some pretty awesome parks, but you can add in some more fun with all the great things that you have in the wintertime, like...
Well, we've got ice skating, 2 ice rinks in the city that we maintain, one of them at Hugel Jamestown Park and one of them at McKee Farms Park. There's no lights at Hugel Jamestown, but McKee Farms Park does have lights that are available until 10 p.m. So if you want to go for a little night skate, you can do that at McKee at any times. If you want to do that at Hugel Jamestown, maybe wait for a night when the moon is out.
Yeah, probably be a little bit easier to do it there at the McKee Farms Park. Sledding, something that, I mean, there are plenty of hills in Fitchburg, but what park's got some good sledding options?
Yeah, so we don't have any really big hills, but we do have a small hill at Wildwood Park, which is great for the younger kids. And then we have kind of a medium-sized hill at Chicory Meadows Park. And those are just both nice little parks, neighborhood parks. So something that's in a lot of people's backyard to just go mess around on.
Now, have you tried these personally, CC?
I personally have not, but, I got these reviews from Scott and Chad, who have been here a lot longer than me. So I like to think that they do okay. And certainly we have lots of pictures of kids out using them. So
fantastic. Cross-country skiing and snowshoeing. There's probably plenty of places you go and enjoy that sport.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, if you're willing to go off-roading, you can go anywhere, right? If there's no groomed trail, which we have that available at McKee Farms and McGaw Park, kind of have enough land to be doing that. And McGaw even has trails in the woods. I don't know, a lot of people know about that you can go in. Now, Nine Springs Golf and Discourse, that one is not usually open to the public kind of during golf season, but in the wintertime, it is available to the public. And as snow and staff allows, we are going to try to groom a trail out there kind of for snowshoeing and cross-country skiing. So yeah, get out there and check that one out. It's very beautiful.
That's awesome. Mountain biking, the Quarter Ridge Recreation Area is a pretty cool place on its own, but I would not have imagined mountain biking in the wintertime.
Yeah, so you do have to know the trail conditions, and there is a website for that, madcitydirt.com. They have a page for Quarry Ridge. Check out the trail conditions there. They'll tell you basically if they are bikeable or not at that time. But yeah, the only rule really is, always be careful of your surroundings. It's bikers, but also people go out there and walk. And if you're leaving tracks in the mud, stay off. That damages the trail. So only go if the ground is frozen or if the ground is solid.
All right, good to know. Walking and jogging, man, pretty much anywhere, right?
Pretty much anywhere. Yeah, we clear all the sidewalks and bike paths in the city. So it's available for people to use for, really any activity, walking, jogging, skiing, that kind of thing that people like to do. But just, always be aware of the conditions. You don't want to slip on the ice, even though we do our best to clear them. And yeah, just go out there and maybe, hey, you could rollerblade in December if you want to.
Well, I want to see Chad do that, and then we'll talk after that. Tennis, I like this one. You're dedicated to tennis. This might be for you.
That's right. We leave our nets up year round because we do get calls from people asking, hey, can I play tennis in the middle of the winter? So they are up all year round. If there's snow on the ground, though, you just got to shovel them. We don't clear them for you guys. But if you're really dedicated, yeah, get out there and play some tennis on a nice day.
Yeah, you can get a workout in a tennis game, and I can't think of anything better than that. Yikes.
That's right.
That's a lot of fun, though, that can be had here in Fitchburg during the winter time. Switching gears here to a couple of programs, you're still looking for that fishing instructor, huh?
Yes, we are, and we've kind of refined what we're looking for with that, come up with more of a program plan. It's hard for people to imagine sometimes working a job when it says, oh, we just want this, but there's no details. Well, now we have some details for you. So we want this program to be about a 2-hour program every day. So your commitment would probably be about 2.5 hours. This would be once a week in the mornings. It would be from the week of June 13th through the week of August 1st. You can pick from a couple days of the week that we would have available for the program. It would be either a Monday, a Tuesday, or a Wednesday is what we would have available. And, we're looking for somebody with some fishing experience to teach the kids about rods, reels, casting, baiting hooks. This would be a program that's at the Jenny and Kyle Preserve. And so they have stocked ponds there with trout and different types of sunfish. So it should be pretty easy fishing since these ponds are specifically for kids to kind of keep it interesting and make sure that they're catching fish, keep them engaged. But we're just looking for somebody to teach kids that don't know anything about fishing the basics so that they can start their own lifelong hobby.
Well, Cece, if you can't find anybody, Andrew and I are going to sign up for it. So both of us want to co-teach that one. So you've got them in the back pocket, if you will. But hopefully get some instructors there for sure. And just joining summer jobs wise, it's about that time of season to start thinking that you want to come work for the recreation department.
That's right. We have not yet posted our jobs, but very soon they will be up. And we are going to need a lot of help this summer. It's going to be a big summer. We're going to need program coordinator to coordinate all our summer programs, program assistants, tennis instructors, and also shout out to the parks maintenance team. They are also going to need summer staff to help with all the, string trimming, grass cutting, garbage can emptying. These are all great jobs in the summer because you get to be outside and you get to enjoy hanging out with some cool people. Sometimes you're by yourself, sometimes you're with a group, a lot of different activities going on. So you're never bored, that's for sure. So if you are looking for a summer job, or maybe your child is looking for a summer job, we've got stuff for ages 15 and up. So something for all the kids.
Fantastic. Well, we're out of time, but that doesn't mean that people can't find more information about all of the great programming and the stuff we talked about today. Where can they learn more?
Yeah, so we've got upcoming spring programming and spring break specifically. And that's going to be available on the Fitchburg website, fitchburgwi.gov/recreation, not backsplash. It's kitchens I'm thinking about. So yeah, you can find all that stuff on our website. A lot of great stuff coming up.
All right, Cece, thank you so much for your time. Good luck on the search for instructors and staff, and we'll keep sharing out all the great programs you have coming up.
All right, sounds good. Thank you, Jeremy.
You bet. Take a quick break. More to come. You're watching Talking Fitchburg.
See on page 4 that the projections need to be blood next Thursday.
Seriously? Thursday? Can't do that.
This is really inconvenient.
I have yoga that day.
I have no time for this.
So
I can't do Thursday, but I can do Friday.
Disasters don't plan ahead. You can. Talk to your loved ones about how you're going to be ready in an emergency. Don't wait. Communicate.
Type 2 diabetes can have a big impact on your life, but how can it be prevented? Well, the first step is knowing if you have prediabetes, a serious medical condition that puts you at high risk for type 2 diabetes. 1 in 3 American adults has prediabetes, but more than 80% don't know they have it. The good news is, prediabetes can be reversed, and for many people, healthy changes in their daily routine can make a big difference. Take the 1-minute risk test today at doihaveprediabetes.org.
Severe weather can strike anytime, anywhere, but there's a simple way to stay safe. Hey, Jim Cantore here. I stay safe in dangerous weather by planning ahead. You can stay safe too with a few easy steps. Build an inexpensive kit with supplies for your family's needs. Write down important information like phone numbers and medications. Always talk with your family, and remember any pets in your planning. Be ready, be safe. Start your plan today at ready.gov/plan.
If you love them enough to suck the snot out of their nose at 4 a.m., then surely you'll check nhtsa.gov/the right seat to make sure they're in the right car seat.
Welcome back into Talking Fitchburg. Wrapping up the show for the day. First off, all day, you've heard my son in the background. He's home, a little minor fever today, but he's home and he's been on his computer the whole show. So if you've heard that in the background, I apologize, but that's life. Life on the fast lane, which I can't tell you. I'm at a disclosed location where you can't know where I am. Thank you to our guest, CC, for helping us out in the mayor. And remember, you can stay connected with Fact TV and even send your complaints to andrew.bamlett. He'll take them.